Every year, Gartner releases a report in which Gartner as an organization talks about the future of technology. And in this particular report, they try to predict different technology trends which will dominate the tech industry in the coming year as well as in the coming decade. So in this particular video, we'll talk about 10 such trends which Gartner thinks will drive the future. So the very first trend in the list is AI-TRiSM, which stands for Artificial Intelligence, Trust, Risk and Security Management. What does that mean? That means that with all the things happening around AI, who will actually make sure that whatever AI is doing is ethical, is correct, is risk-free, is reliable. So let's take a layman example. Consider that you are in the next generation of AI and you have a robo-helper in your house making you lovely dishes, serving you tea and coffee and doing all the household stuff. This robo-helper, you love him, he loves you like that, okay? But what will ensure that this robo-helper is trustworthy? What will ensure that this robo-helper will never harm you or your kids? What will ensure that no one is able to penetrate into the mind of this particular robo? No one is able to hack the algorithm on which this has been built. Because if that gets infiltrated, if this particular robo-helper is not trustworthy, then would you keep him in your house at the first place? Now, we are not talking about that particular century where we'll have such robo-helpers, but consider you have an AI tool or AI application working for you and you don't have these things. You don't have anything to govern, you have no trust, you are not sure whether it is treating the inputs given to this particular AI model with fairness, reliability, transparency. All these are virtues with which we judge a person. And now AI is slowly and gradually coming to such positions where we have to apply such virtues on AI as well. And that's why this is the future, and Gartner has been repeatedly putting AI-TRiSM into its technology trend list. So the most important thing is what kind of roles we foresee with this becoming one of the main trends. The number one is AI ethics specialist. This role is not a very technical role, it is more of a psychological role. So people who have done their masters in psychology, who knows human behavior, would be put into these positions to analyze how this particular robot or how this particular AI application is behaving, and is it normal. Security analyst will always be there. They will analyze what kind of security threats these AI models could encounter. And then compliance officers, because all these AI tools, robots, you can say whatever, will have to go through rigorous compliance based on geography, based on countries, based on nationalities. So these compliance officers will play a huge role. Apart from that, whatever happens in the back end for developing this will continue to be in demand. So we will not focus on those things which we already know. These are some unique roles which will be created only when this will become the trend, which is now. So now let's go to our second trend. So guys, the next in the list is CTEM. CTEM stands for Continuous Threat Exposure Management. What it is exactly? It is about focusing on managing threats continuously and not reacting to events. So let's talk about a real life example. Suppose two countries are at war with each other. What you would expect the army would do? Would they only wait for someone to attack and then they will only respond to that attack? Or would they also deploy their troops at the border of the country to see if there is any threat which is building, to see if the opponent or if the enemy is planning an attack? If they can do that, obviously they do that to avoid a risk, to avoid a threat. That is what is CTEM all about. It is about continuously doing threat intelligence and reducing your exposure to threat. So it is a 5-step model. The first 3 steps are scoping, discovery and prioritization, wherein you understand the scope of a particular threat, you discover the problems or the threats within that particular scope. You prioritize which one has a criticality of very high versus low, very high, high, medium, low, and then you validate and actually take action to counter that threat. So basically these three comes under diagnose and these two comes under action. This is how Gartner explains this 5-step model for CTEM. Coming to the tech roles, cybersecurity would be in demand, and anything to do with cybersecurity will fall under this particular umbrella. But some specific roles are cybersecurity analyst, incident managers to manage some critical priority 1 security breaches, and then threat intelligence analyst who would deploy certain intelligence to analyze what kind of threats could come in the future, and this will include some sort of AI models which could help build the threat intelligence into this whole CTEM platform. So yeah, this is our second trend. Let's now go to our third trend. So now let's talk about the fourth and the fifth trend. So the fourth trend is industry cloud platform. Now where the cloud industry is heading towards is moving out from providing generic cloud solutions like software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. Now industries and businesses want tailored solution for cloud. They want something which works for their business, not a generic cloud platform. And that's why you will see industry cloud platforms specially designed for banking customers, for retail, for manufacturing, for telecom. These kind of platforms will now emerge. So you could have AWS having AWS manufacturing cloud, AWS retail cloud, and then within that cloud there will be a set of services, the bouquet of services which will be tailor-made to support such businesses. And that is the trend we are heading towards. There could be numerous roles, but a couple of roles which comes to us directly are cloud architects with domain knowledge. Generally, cloud architects are not supposed to have advanced domain knowledge. They just need to know the platform where they are working, and generally the business analysts are the guys who need to have it. But now cloud architect need to know the industry as well, very well, and that will help them move towards industry cloud platform. Business analysts will grow in demand because obviously business analysts know the game very well. They know that business, how the business runs, and they will play a very important role as this trend picks up. So this is a third one. Sorry guys. So I just said it in a wrong way. So this is our third trend, and now coming to our fourth one, which is democratized generative AI. As the name suggests, the whole aspect of this particular trend is to make Gen AI accessible to everyone. Big business, small business, coder, non-coder, everyone should be able to leverage Gen AI, because at the end of the day, it is all about asking the right questions. That is what is generative AI is all about, and that is the reason why you see such a humongous growth of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is being used by housewives to data scientists. That is the range of ChatGPT. So democratizing generative AI will all about making the better LLM adoption, which is large language model, how we can adopt it better, and how we can increase the productivity of our business functions by using generative AI more and more. Now we will see low or no code usage picking up, because with generative AI, most of the job will already be done. So you don't have to code extensively, and you could use generative AI to build your application. So low or no code will pick up the demand as well. From the roles perspective, anything AI would pick up, anything AI. But to be specific, Gen AI analyst and prompt engineers are two roles which has a very, very good scope for this particular trend. So now let's move ahead. So the fifth one in the list is platform engineering, and as the name suggests, it is a centralized product team which will make sure that the platform is ready for the developers to work on their applications. In old times, the developer will used to spend hours setting up the platform. even before even before touching the application code or developing the actual application, a lot of time used to get spent on setting up the environment, setting up the infrastructure, and that all gets eradicated if we have a platform engineering team. So a dedicated product team for managing engineering platforms, which will enhance developer experience plus productivity. Ready DevOps pipelines and infrastructure will be provided, and obviously it is a lifesaver for developers because they don't have to do the heavy lifting of setting up the CI/CD pipelines, setting up the cloud platform, setting up the developer tools. Everything will be ready for them. In a layman term, think of a competition where you want to build a castle from Legos, and there is a team which is supporting all the other competing teams by organizing Legos into different baskets, so that you exactly know under which basket what kind of Legos will be provided to you. Just imagine how easy it would be for you then to build a castle. So in a layman terms, this team would play the role of a centralized team which will give you the perfect Legos to build your castle. Some tech roles are platform engineers, DevOps engineers, cloud developers. All these roles will form a part of the core platform engineering team. The next one, the sixth trend, is intelligent applications. Intelligent applications are common these days. We have seen intelligent applications, but now it will further enhance its ability to use artificial intelligence in a way where it would automatically learn, adapt, and generate fresh ideas even without the user doing anything. For example, there could be an intelligent coffee machine which tries to understand what kind of coffee, what kind of flavor, what kind of strength you use while building your cafe or while brewing your coffee every morning. And based on that, it automatically understands that okay, this is what he or she likes, and then starts generating the coffee on its own. That is intelligence, right? Then the customer or the user of that coffee machine need not to come and put those configurations into the machine. The machine is intelligent enough to understand that this is what the customer needs, this is what my owner needs, and I will provide it to him or her. So that is all about intelligent application. The role would be predominantly data scientists and AI/ML engineers, which would form the main core of anything to do with intelligent applications. So now let's understand the last four trends which we have for this video. The seventh one in the list is augmented connected workforce. Now this might sound something alien to you, but this is now becoming a reality wherein within this particular connected workforce there would be a tissue, a combining tissue which will combine a human with an AI robot or AI model, whatever you want to call it. So the idea is this: the humans and the robots should work together. When I say robots, assume that I am talking about AI, ML models, intelligent applications, generative AI, whatever. As an augmented workforce, the idea is the humans should work on fresh ideas, should work on creative pursuits of that particular role or a job, while all the menial or the manual stuff should be taken care by the robots or any of your AI/ML models. And the augmented connected workforce would provide that ecosystem where this could happen in a perfect environment. That is the idea of having augmented connected workforce. Some roles are augmented reality developers and IoT engineers, which will be in demand as far as this particular trend is concerned. So the eighth one on our list is AI augmented development and testing. The name suggests that now the AI will help the developers and testers to develop and test the applications very, very fast and very, very efficiently. It could also happen that AI would help you build all the code and you would only pitch in when a very specific complex business logic comes in. it could happen and it will happen that AI would generate all the test cases for the testers to manually test the application or use automation testing. So during the whole SDLC life cycle, software development life cycle, AI would be holding the hands of the developers and testers. That's the whole idea of AI augmented development and testing. Some roles which will come into picture are very obvious: AI ML engineers, NLP engineers, and yes, there would be many other roles which would help this becoming a reality. It is right now becoming a reality when you go to ChatGPT, enter the logic and pick up the code. Okay, so you are already using it. So this is our 8th tech trend. Now let's go to our last 2 trends. So friends, now let's talk about our 9th and the 10th tech trend. The 9th is sustainable technology. Everything to do with sustainability is picking up demand because more and more people are realizing that we have to save our planet while enhancing our technology. There shouldn't be a point where our kids and our future generation don't have trees but have data centers to look at. Just imagine that world. Okay, so we don't need that world, and that's why companies and consulting companies and IT companies, they're building digital solutions which could work well with the ecosystem, which could help our ecosystem and maintain our environmental balance. For example, a lot of cloud companies including Google have already committed to 0% carbon emission from their data centers. A lot of companies have committed, the manufacturing automobile sector have committed to completely move to electric by a certain year. So that all the carbon emission could go down. So everyone are trying to play their role, and in that, environmental data analyst is a new role which is coming up. This would be very closely linked to a data analyst, but then you would be able to understand the environmental norms, the environmental data better, and what kind of what kind of challenges we are facing from the environmental standpoint. You as a data analyst would be able to read that better, and that's where this particular role is coming up. So yeah, this is our 9th one, and now coming back to our most interesting trend, which is machine customer. I think this is the best for the last. And why I tell you? Because now machines will act as customers, and AI powered devices will behave like customers. So in very near future, you would be selling your products, you would be you would be making your marketing campaigns, you would be supporting giving your customer service to robots, to machines, to intelligent devices. Just imagine how that world would look like. So this is happening, and this is happening as a trend. And one role which is coming up here is AI powered sales marketing specialist. Because in order to sell to a machine, you have to think like one. Okay, imagine there is a billionaire guy who's very tech savvy, who does not want any kind of flashy ads, sales and marketing campaigns to come to him. Only if it is legitimate and if it adds values to what he is looking for, then only it should come to him. So he deploys an intelligent mobile device. Anything which comes will first come to its smartwatch or smart mobile, and then that particular device will talk to that particular sales and marketing specialist to analyze whether it is worth involving the actual owner or not. And that's why your sales and marketing specialist will have to design the sales and the marketing campaign in a manner where you could answer the machines properly, because machines generally are not driven by emotions or needs like humans. So the approach might change. But very exciting trend, guys. And this was the last trend from Gartner. All these 10 tech trends will eventually help us prepare ourselves for the next 10 years in technology. Really exciting time to be a part of. And yes, all these particular roles and all the other roles which help these roles would be in demand. So now I ask you to write in comment which particular role you found the most fascinating, which particular role you are targeting as a 5-year career plan for yourself. And if you have any other queries, feel free to ask it in the comment section. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to help you. And obviously the members, the YouTube channel members, if they have a question, they will get the prompt reply, the first reply from me. So feel free to ask it. And obviously if you are a member, you can approach me on email, on LinkedIn, and you could have your first free career consultation with me. So yeah, let me know if you need one. So with that, guys, we come to the end of this video. It was a long video. Thanks for your patience if you have stayed till now. And at the end, as we all say, keep learning, keep sharing all your knowledge, and yes, keep hustling. Bye for now.